Okay, let's get this sortie video on the road. I actually got, I don't know why, but like in the mail or whatever the heck the inbox thing is, I actually got like, whatever the heck it's called, an Exilus adapter, blueprints, a resource booster, blueprints for, formas. I already have a lot of formas, but yeah, no, you can never have too many formas. Not in this game, anyway. But, what was my topic gonna be again? I honestly forget it. Because I'm a bright, smart person. I think I was just gonna do, like, video games in general. But I feel as if that's very, very general. It's like the weird black hole thing that gives, like, the magnetic damage. Or, like, anti-gravity, something like that.
Drop me in and defend our position.
Come on, guys. But,
Transference still holding.
I need access to a terminal.
about to say something.
Patch me in.
So, when it comes to video games,
I'm in
that's all I've really
Take a moment.
ever done,
Robotic signature
honestly.
locked out. Let's override
Besides, like,
For the Lotus.
I probably spend like 90% of like all my days just playing games that I can anyway. Like, yeah, I have school in the morning, but all the time that I can, I will like spend playing games and just, so I guess, like editing the games, but
Still working on it.
for when it comes to like videos and all. But just, yeah, my favorite types of games are what's it called, like sci-fi and fantasy. I just think that I don't know. They're just always been like just what I enjoy playing. Same with like what I enjoy like watching when it comes to like movies and just about anything. Sci-fi and fantasies are always just like my two favorite genres. I know I've like said this before, but still.
Move on.
Like this, like Warframe is a sci-fi game. It is based off of like a futuristic, non-real world. Couldn't possibly be real. And yeah, so like just to me, okay.
Here is a
To me,
terminal.
it's a really fun game where I can just play all these different classes,
I'm in 10-0.
just kind of do what I want.
This will take a moment.
I hate when I get slowed by the ice. But yeah, like that's another thing that I really enjoy, like class-based games, in like the manner of like how League of Legends, how you can be specific champions. Like in my mind, each one of those are a class that like I am capable of being. I think that's like one of the reasons why I enjoy the game as much as I do. I definitely don't like love it more than anything else, but I do think it's a quite enjoyable game. In this game, there's like a class-based system, even like each of the Warframes being like their own separate class, which is yet again what I enjoy. Um, hmm. And then like I enjoy having like a whole lot of options when it comes to games as well. Like options to a stupid extent, to the point where even I, who loves having a lot of options, will not explore all of my options just because there's too many. Well, I do like explore all of them more if I really like enjoy the game, but like I think it can get a bit extensive, like in Monster Hunter World. How I didn't really go through all of those tutorials. Like I still have tutorials still have to go through because there are just so many. And I think like to an extent you shouldn't really. Ow, that was my entire HP. You shouldn't give someone like tutorials to play every aspect of the game, and the reason I think is that it's like just to have them play it and explore and figure these things out on their own, I think is like a good thing that you can have in the game to like really cause enjoyment. Now at the same time, like some people might get confused and frustrated, but still like it's just something that I would like to maybe figure out a little bit. And then there are also like the actual things that the game has that you just need to figure out, like whatever it's called, like in League of Legends, how you can do animation cancels and all that jazz. Like that I don't really fully know, but I know like little tips and tricks with that too, but not as extensive as any of like the pro players.
The odds were against us, Tenno, but we did it. Mission We've got robots inbound.
And like even in Monster Hunter, like that. Ugh, come on. I don't really consider that like a class-based game, but in like a sense, it kind of is. What the heck?
Successful. Let's get going. Alarms successfully hacked. The location is returning to normal security levels.
So. Oh my god. This guy, design of this beat, it's so bad. Okay, but like even in Monster Hunter World, like there's not exactly different classes, but there is like completely different play styles depending on the weapon you use, and that's what I kind of consider having a different class. I guess I'm more fond of like just different play styles, but I think that play styles to an extent really like the way that Monster Hunter works, that like each weapon legitimately has a fully different playstyle. Like yeah, it's the same buttons, but it's different combos with different effects and different things like that. It is its own unique playstyle. But when it comes to whatever the heck it's called, survival, gosh darn it. But when it comes to like Call of Duty, technically each time you grab a gun it is different playstyle, but it's like they blend. They don't really feel like different playstyles. It's still like it's the same combos with the same effect and the same thing. It's just like a slightly different, which is why I really hate like the class system that Call of Duty, like their newer one, came out with. I enjoyed like Black Ops 3, where like each class had a different alt and had like different things like that. Like I thought that was kind of cool. I wish that they went like a bit more extensive than that because yeah. But to be truthful, like my favorite type of class is more of like what League does, where it's like an entire different person and like each with their own lore. That's why I have a notebook just full of actually a few notebooks just full of like ideas for like League of Legends type of classes, where it's just like a person with their own I was saying before, like with their own unique lore and everything. I don't know why, I really do enjoy like coming up with these ideas and just like seeing how they're gonna work and seeing what happens and coming up with how the abilities will be chained. Like I just more recently came up with a concept of another guy that I'll probably write down or work on sooner than later. But then I also have like an idea for like an overall actual MOBA, or not a MOBA, a RPG or MMORPG, that, in like simplest terms, is a combination of Monster Hunter mixed with like WoW, World of Warcraft. Sort of, not really, but definitely sort of, because like, but it's insanely extensive. I obviously, since I don't know how to program, I haven't like put all the work into it, but I've thought of like most of the ideas of how I want you to progress, ways that you're going to be able to progress, just things like that. Like, and the main focus of like the entire game is just to like to grow and get stronger, so you can just like beat the main enemies, which are basically just about everything. The only thing is that like I obviously I'm not a game company on my own. So I can't like product test and do things like that to make sure that this idea is actually going to be like a big hit and it's going to be just as fun as I'm thinking it's going to be. Like I really can't tell you. I would like and hope that it is, but honestly I wouldn't know until I actually like did something myself, and I'm currently incapable of doing that. I have like tried in the past to contact companies, but you know, they're not really just gonna put themselves out on a limb for a random person that has an idea, because like anyone can have ideas. Which I fully understand that, but I would still like to like be a part of things like this. Like that was like the main idea with my thoughts, which is why I always end the videos off with like, hey, if you happen to know this company or this, like, tell them I exist, because I would love to just like actually bring any of my ideas into into reality. That's the hope anyway. If it ever happens, I might not, but I definitely do hope that it does happen at some point. I have no idea where I threw that. Found it. Now, obviously, everything would need kinks work out of it, and I don't expect my ideas to be perfect from the very beginning. And obviously, everyone's gonna have like their own criticisms about it. But you know, like I would love to like actually hear any of the criticism, because most of the time when I get it from like my friends, now yeah, they're not gonna lie to me and be like, oh yeah, this is a great idea. No, that's an absolutely terrible idea. I just wanted to tell them it was great. But at the same time, they're not gonna be like nitpicky and find every little problem with it. And I exactly don't really want to find every problem with it, but at the same time, like, it would definitely help. Oh, I didn't realize we have a oh wow, we have 2 Inaroses. I like Inaros too, but Nidus will always be my main go-to guy. I like the idea of stacking. Oh, okay. I understand. I get it. I said I get it.
Prepare for life support.
You prepare for life support, lady. And get in line. To be truthful, I actually like kind of designed how I would think Nidus would work if he was in like a MOBA instead of like Warframe. He's definitely an interesting kit. One thing that I wish that like League did is that they had more like map changing passives. And by that I mean like not like Skarner's type of thing. Like I do consider that map changing, but not in the way that it is. Because I hate Skarner's passive so much, and I don't think... I think that they should change that one, like when I actually get to the Skarner video, which there is going to be one of those today. One of the, whatever the heck it's called, one of the A to Z. But... Whoa, what the hell? It killed me.
Life support incoming.
But... yeah, there's going to be an A to Z today. But I know that it's not Skarner. We're still only in like the A's, about to be in the B's. Or actually, might be just starting the B's. I can't remember who is today, I'm not going to lie.
Another life support capsule.
But there will probably be 4 videos today just because on these days with the My Thoughts, I don't really consider that one of the main videos. So, yeah. Da, 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 da.
30-second.
But yeah, there are like a ton of different type of video games. And I don't really know if I fully...
Support has been replenished.
I don't know what I like consider apps, because I do think that they are video games, but I don't really think they're like...
Life support activated.
I don't know. I don't really know what to... Okay. Let me get away. Let me get away just real fast. 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 I mean, I did enjoy like a lot of apps in the past. Like I used to play a ton of like Injustice, but only through like the apps. I found that like a lot of fun when I was in high school. So yeah, like a year ago, but nonetheless, when I was in high school. And
That should keep you going for a while.
yeah. Like during that time, that's like the main thing that I just enjoyed doing was when it comes to that. And that also has like its own sort of class system with like how each of the people had their own like ultimates and everything. But there was like just like the base heavy attack and everything, but each guy had like their own time for how long a heavy attack would take, how short it would be, so on and so forth. And so like technically it was like a different sort of class each time. Not exactly, but sort of. Which is probably one of the reasons why I enjoyed that game. As I've been saying for a little while now, I do enjoy like different classes and things like that. I hate when it's like I hate when the class system becomes like really unbalanced. Like that's something my friend did it in the past, or like said this in the past, and I kind of like disagreed with him at the time, but honestly after rethinking it, I think he's right. Which is rescue. Which is that like whenever League release a new champion and like new things, they think about like how it will affect some people, but they don't really like fully make it work. which I understand because there are like over 100 champions, so it's gonna be difficult. But like if you look at a game like Rainbow Six Siege, like whenever they release a new like guy, I can't think of operator. Whenever they release a new operator, they think of who counters him, what effect he will have in each game, and like every single operator in that game is still completely viable and completely reasonable of a choice. Yeah, there are like one or two that are like slightly less picked, like Castle, but even them have their good uses.
Corpus never fight for themselves.
And just because and like, but League really, I don't think they do that. Like, yeah, they think of like who counters who and who does something like that, but I don't really think they really put in a ton of thought of like how someone's kit is going to work with every item and things like that. And the reason I say that is because if you look at like Jarvan, as I will always be complaining about, he can build a dust blade, a black cleaver, and like just mostly damage items, and like a Yomu's and so on and so forth. But he'll have like over 2,000 HP, and his W gives both armor and magic resist, so he'll have both of those. Oh my god, fall.
The captive will be in one of these cells. Search them.
Oh. So, what was I saying? But yeah, I don't think they think of that. And when it comes to that item, like Jarvan can jump on you, do his full combo, and kill you. Just that simple. And like, yeah, an assassin can do that, but assassin also will die just as fast. But he is a tank. He is a juggernaut. And he gets free MR and magic resist with his kit. And he one-shots faster than assassins. Now, not all assassins, like as I said with like Katarina. But like, when it comes to just like how much mobility, how tanky he is, how much damage he does, like they don't think about how that's going. What the fuck? Loki, you motherfucker. Okay, really? But, they don't really think about how that is going to affect every item. Like, I think they think, okay, he'll build these items, blah, 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 blah. And then a guy builds straight assassin, and then it's like, bam, dead. Like, I think they think about it to, like, a minimal extent. But nothing makes sense. 4,000 endo, really? Well, take it, I guess. I'm gonna have so much of like every material when I actually start legitimately playing this game again, instead of only doing a sortie a day and nothing more. Like, I'm already at like what, 600,000 credits and so on and so forth. Yeah, I have played like bad games before too, but just man. That game just hurts my soul. It's just so stupid, but at the same time, it is like a lot of fun to play, and like it really feeds people's like competitive natures and so on and so forth. But at the same time, it's just like, really, guys, really? Did I not get those formal blueprints? Guess not. This takes 2 formers. I have 11. I want to form a Nidus at some point. Not yet, but at some point. Okay, but that's gonna be this topic of video games. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope that, you know, like, leave a like if you enjoyed. Please subscribe. Leave a comment. We can have discussions and so on and so forth in the comments if you really want. And yeah. And I hope to see you all next time. And I bid you all adieu. Goodbye.